was start shouting, telling people, I was going running to meet people, please, where am I, please, where am I, please, because I knew that this is not even Lagos at all. Nobody was answering me, nobody was talking to me. I was already feeling, nervous, like, Omotola, are you still on earth? It still feels so unreal to me, like I'm in a dream, and like real soon I'm gonna wake up and you know I'm still in a dream setting. I'm gonna wake up and everything will be over, everything will be fine. But I'm waking up every day and I think it's real, it's happened. During the weekday, on Wednesday to be precise. It was a Wednesday, so I was going to work as always. Um, I live in Lagos, and for those who know Lagos well, I dropped at Maryland, and from there I was kidnapped. I've heard of stories of kidnapping for years, but I never imagined that that's what happened to me. I actually entered the car voluntarily because the rain was falling early in the morning, and I saw a cab and they were all elderly, like they're in their 60s. The youngest among them will be like 50s or late 40s. So I just felt like I had just the notion in me that this is safe. These are elderly people, understand? Like I could be their granddaughter, and I felt okay. It's okay, and like I think like that is the worst decision of my life because my life changed forever. Okay, so I was taken, and from there, then I did. We had gone far before they revealed to me their intentions, and they took me to a building. I can't remember the place, or because it's really quite far, but it was still in Lagos. They took me to a building, and I could not call anyone. They read out charms, like if I call anyone, person will die or I'll die or something like that. And nobody called me at that time too. So, or I think I don't know if my phone was on airplane mode or something like that, but I had to drop my phone. Usually, I think they said people don't usually see them, but when they started talking to me, I didn't start shouting, or like when they started talking to me normally, I didn't know they were kidnappers. I was not rude or something like that. And okay, they were like, okay, they won't hurt me because of that. I should just be calm and all that. So they took me to a building, and from the building I got into like they took me to a building, and from the building I got into. They brought out, so they've asked me personal questions. They collected my ATM. I was my card that day. They collected my PIN, and I usually don't go on my card, but that day, like, we were short of food stuff at home, we were short of money at home, and I needed cash, so I had to, take my card, and like that was my main card. So they went to like a PO. I think they had a POS around them, or they had their own personal POS. I don't know, because I could not leave that room, and they withdrew everything in my account. They asked me questions. They wanted to know if I was married. They actually called my husband for my ransom or something like that. But I'm obviously I'm not married, and I had no one to call. So they asked for my parents. Maybe they can drop ransom money or something. My parents are not here, as some of you know, so I could not even call anybody. And after, like, they had to bring somebody. I don't know. I think that person is a seer. I won't call that person a prophet because that person is not functioning in accordance to the word of God. And the person came to check if I was lying. They see some things, and the person came to see and check, and they were actually glad that I was honest. I think that was why they didn't kill me or something like that. They were like, okay, as long as I was honest. And I didn't even cry, but I made sure I was calm. I was praying, and I was a victim. Turns out that the passenger seat was a woman, the person at the back was a man. There were three, the driver, the woman, and the man at the back with me, and they were all elderly. So I never, you understand. So when they took, when we got to the, after they collected all my money, they drew on my accounts and all that, like literally everything I've saved up for the past few years and everything I had worked hard for, took all those away. And after drilling me, they fortunately they didn't beat me, they didn't, they were just like, because I was actually kind when they, because the man started a conversation with me first, and like a neutral conversation, and when he started talking, I kept my phone and I listened, you understand. So like, for like, it was just talking to me randomly, and I gave like that sign of respect, and I was like, it doesn't think like they should really do anything to me. So they took me from there, and they took me to one place. I think they took me, we are going to, my face was covered, so, but I think that place was like the outskirts of Ogun State. It was like really far. We were just going. I was just praying that, okay, I remain alive. I was just praying in me that, okay, God, this, like, I got to the time that I started praying loud. They asked, before that, they already asked me if I was a Christian. They asked my church, and I was just praying. I was literally praying like, oh God. So after they took me, they dropped me off. They didn't like, they covered my eyes and they told me to get down. So I thank God that they didn't do anything to me. But the whole experience was already traumatic already for me. So when I got down, when they forced me out of the car, I was shaking and I started asking people, where am I? Turns out nobody answered me. Like all of a sudden I felt like I became invisible. I almost felt like, what, is it my ghost that is on the earth already? Because I know that when ghosts talk to people, they can't really see. Like nobody was seeing me. I was begging, I was shouting, telling people, I was going, running to meet people, please, where am I, please, where am I, please? Because I knew that this is not even Lagos at all. Nobody was answering me. Nobody was talking to me. I was already feeling, nervous. Like, Omotola, are you still on earth? But what was in my mind? All my thoughts was like, I shall not die, but to declare the word of God, the word of the Lord. Omotola I shall stay, Omotola I shall stay, Omotola I shall live long, Omotola I shall stay. And I was just running up and down. After some minutes, I just held one. I just had to hold somebody. I think the girl would be within my age grade. So I knew that she cannot just rank me off. And I was like, please, where am I? Like, I just was like, where are you? Where do you think you are going before? I said I was going to, Ikeja. And I said, what am I doing here? Blah, 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 blah. She's like, they don't have straight to Lagos or something like that, to that. Or let's say if I say private cars going to Agege or something. So as she was talking, and some market women was like, as big as you are, you don't know where you are, or something like that. It was like my face was already looking, all disoriented, all confused. Though I think some people can notice that I was not really okay. And as they were all deliberating, how do you get here? Blah 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 blah. They just took a car was passing, a private car, and the private car was Agege. So nobody said Agege. The man had already zoomed up. People started shouting Agege, Agege. That was how I entered the car. I didn't have any money with me, but the man was like, wanted to charge me like so much. Well, he looked at me and was like, this one looks very. So he said, okay, reduce the price. Fortunately, I have up to 1,000 in my bag. I paid him, and when we got there, I didn't even know where to go. So I think the people at the passengers, so because I sat beside him, they knew that something was up with me. So a guy came down from the car to lead me to where I was going to take, where I was going to get the nearest transport to, like the main Lagos. To somewhere that I'm very familiar with. And when I got there, I was still really shocked. I lost my way self. Like, this is my office, like this is where I used to go to like almost every day, and I lost my way. I was just roaming around Ikeja, Viale, and I was on my feet. I was not on bike, I was not on tricycle or anything. I was literally on my feet. I was running around, back and forth. I was just roaming, and I was like, God forbid, I hear that dead people roam around places. Like I don't know if so when we were later, I later had to take a Mara. I didn't have anything on me, like something like that. I think I had only 100 naira. And so the guy when he took me was like, no, we started arguing and all that. So the one of the men at the person, I can't just see the way she's looked. Like just help her, like just get her to where she can be. He just said it. I didn't know the man before. Like he just told the man that can't you see the way she's looking. I don't know. I'm trying to be detailed as I can, but I think I can't just express this myself the way it happened or the way I feel it, the way I saw it, or I can't just say everything here because there are a lot of charms and stuff back then where they took me, but I can't just say everything firstly. And I don't know, I don't think I'm detailed enough because I don't know how to even explain myself, but I'm just going to come out here because I believe that a closed mouth is a closed destiny. And it took me and I got to Allen, and from there I could find my way to work. When I got to my office, they had been looking for me because I don't come late to work. If there's one thing about me, I rarely, and for that kind of time, time had gone in the afternoon and all that. Even if I'm missing work or I'm coming late, I will have, maybe I'm coming like 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. I can understand 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. That is late time. Like coming in the afternoon or almost in the evening, like that is out of it, right? So as I entered, my boss was already like for me. He saw me like this, well, like, hey, what happened to me? Like, my face was white. I don't know, I've even depreciated since then. I don't know if you guys can see my face right now. I look so lean. This outfit is like, it's over my neck. But right now, like, everything is just falling off me. Like, I think it's a trauma of what happened. And they sat me down. They asked me what happened. They were shocked, like, I never knew that this could happen to me in Lagos. I've been in Lagos all my life. Like what's going on? And they had to tell me to go home. But I had to sit down to work because my legs were shaking, my legs were paining me. Because they dropped me off in a place, right? And I was roaming around, I was asking people, and when I got to Ikeja too, I was roaming around and my legs were really hurting. And in the evening I had to go home. So that's pretty much, like, if you see the way I walk that day, something was up with me. I was not stable. I could not sleep. I could not think. But I think this is like the worst intro ever, but this is what happened to me recently. And I don't know if any of you have had the experience of being kidnapped or being in a place where you feel like you might have been killed, but I thank God that I'm not killed. They didn't kill me. But like my mind was just roaming, like, God forbid I left my house with my 2 hands, with my 2 legs, I'm not sick, and God forbid they didn't see me, that kind of thing. And I'm like, so I will not become someone that they didn't see, or people are looking for what. Like my mind was just traveling far. I think it dawned on me that it really happened the next day because I could not sleep. So I slept in the morning of the next day. So when I woke up that afternoon, it now dawned on me that okay, something happened to me and I am still alive because people were calling my phone. And when people call my phone, they can't call the phone of a dead person, right? So they called my phone, I picked some of the calls, and that was even the first thing that dawned on me that I thought I had a dream that I was dead, or I was taken, something like that. But that call, like people called me, now got to my realization that oh, I'm probably still alive and I'm well and I can talk to real humans. And yeah, like wow, so I am here actually on earth. And that is pretty much it. My experience this week. I'm literally penniless right now because they took everything I have. My card, that was my main card. Unfortunately, they took everything I have. My account was like 300 and something naira. Like they took everything. And I started thinking like, what is the way forward now? What do I do? How do I start all over again? And something like that. I've been thinking a lot. I don't know if it's showing in my face, but I've really not been in a stable place to be fine. But that is why I'm literally here to vent or talk. And yeah, so thank you guys for listening. The best thing anyone can give me right now is to just subscribe to my channel, because this is like my baby. Like, this is what I'm trying to grow, to just support me in a little way. If you want to support me, I don't know, you can send me DM or anything, but you don't need to, go through that hassle. The highest support anyone can give me right now is to subscribe to my channel. I'm still going to open my mouth to say what might, make me feel better. Starting up again, starting up penniless, it's not a joke. It has never happened to me to be penniless, like to have zero in my account. But I've blocked the account already for those who are curious about that. I've blocked the accounts, and I'm literally penniless right now. I'm not asking for a GoFundMe thing or anything, but all I'm asking for, all I'm like pleading for, is for you guys to just support this baby that I have. Fortunately, they didn't take my phone because they felt like my phone was too small, and they felt like, for the fact that I was a bit respectful, but like for the fact that I was respectful, they won't take my phone, but I could not call anyone. And that was it. That's pretty much it. I thank God they didn't take my phone, because this is everything I have. Literally, that's my work. I do content with my phone. I can't afford to buy a new phone, something like that. And yeah, I'm still trying to be better, to heal properly, but I've not been in a good place since then. From the trauma to thinking, I've been thinking so much, and now I'm going to scale through, or I'm going to eat. This is like the first thing that comes to my mind. I'm in Nigeria, I'm in Lagos. The price of things are hiking every blessed day. I don't know how I'm going to eat. I don't know how I'm going to survive. But I know that people are telling me I'll be fine. I need to pass. I really do hope that it passes really soon. I really do hope that I can, scale this season. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's like the saddest episode of Bread and Wine with Mother Jacob. And yeah, do also subscribe. I think I'll see you in the next episode, where we'll discuss my way forward from here. Like, what am I going to do? I don't want to bore you guys yet, so we'll talk about the way forward in the next episode. Okay, thank you guys for watching, and yeah.